Okay, so let us continue the discussion on composition levy scheme, and in today's class we will discuss the numericals of composition levy scheme. In the earlier 4 classes I have discussed with you the entire theory of composition levy scheme, and now the time is to wind up composition levy scheme with the help of some numericals. Now before discussing numericals of composition levy scheme, I would like to state one thing at the outset, that when you do self-study, then you learn so many things. When you depend on others, then you don't learn so many things. So numericals I would like to cover from the material of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for CA final level. I will show you that material, and from there itself I will attempt a numerical. I want to show you that the material of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, which is considered as one of toughest, is not actually tough. Why it is treated as tough is, the people think that, or the readers or the students think that they cannot study that material, but no, that is written in a simple language. And the numericals also, which you think are of CA final, I will show you that only theoretical foundation is required. If your theory of any concept is strong, then it does not matter for which examination you are appearing in. It can be CA final, it can be CS final, ICWF final, or for any higher level, it doesn't matter. So you must not think that being in graduation course, we cannot attempt that material. We can attempt anything if we have studied that seriously. Composition levy scheme is in the course of BCom Honors semester 6, and it is in the course of CA final. So there is no difference. If your theory is strong, then it does not matter for which level you are studying one topic. If you know carefully composition levy scheme, if you have read carefully composition levy scheme from the original sources, then it does not matter at which level you are appearing in. So now I would like to attempt a numerical of composition levy scheme from the material of Chartered Accountant Institute. And let me show that file. I have already shown that this material of Institute of Chartered Accountants is freely available on the website of the institute. And this composition levy scheme, for this I will discuss one numerical of chapter 3 of that material. So let me share that material. You have to take this screenshot, because then I will start solving on a separate screen. Now you can see this is chapter 3, and in the last of every chapter of these materials, this study material, you have numerical questions. Okay, so and in the last of this chapter we have numerical questions with the heading test your knowledge. So let us check our knowledge, let us test our knowledge. So I will discuss with you this question number 4, and if time permits I will discuss other questions, but today is the last class of composition levy scheme. Now please you first please take this screenshot, because I will start solving it on my screen then. So please take this screenshot of question number 4. Please take the screenshot of question number 4. And please raise your hand if you have taken the screenshot of question number 4. I also need to take the screenshot of question number 4, because this is what we will attempt. Please raise your hand the moment you have taken the screenshot of question number 4, which is on your screen right now. Hurry up, please take this screenshot. Okay, now let us read this question, and then I will solve this question on the screen, and then you can easily realize yourself that if the theory is strong, then it does not matter the level of case is what. Composition levy scheme numericals. On the basis of ICAI study material of CA final. Don't be under the impression that since it is of CA final, then as an undergraduate student, why we cannot solve it? We can easily solve this numerical because the concept remains same. It does not matter. Even at the Supreme Court level, if the case goes, for example, at that level also the theory remains same. There is no change. This is what you must keep in mind, that when you read any concept, read it thoroughly, and it does not matter at which level, at which forum, then you will be asked to speak on. You can easily speak on that material also, that topic also, if you have prepared anything in detail. Notice the CA final study material available on the website of the ICAI. So this ICAI has the copyright on this material. We cannot copy it. No one can copy it. Okay, the copyright belongs to this institute. So I'm discussing in numerical chapter 3, question number 4, and you must be having material with you. So let me start reading it. Varun and Arun Associates started a partnership firm of architects. Now every single word has a relevance. Every single word. So what is the first word now? Started. Do you know what do I mean by this started? Now if my current financial year is 2021, as we everyone know, then I started the business in this year. It means whether I am eligible to opt for composition levy scheme or not, but I need to check. Can you tell me, do you remember, if I need to check whether in the financial year 2021 I can opt for composition levy scheme or not, but I will check. I will check last year's aggregate turnover. I will check last year's aggregate turnover, and that is why this started word is relevant, because it will tell me, or by default it is telling to me, that the last year, which is financial year 1920, do you know what was the aggregate turnover in 1920? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the aggregate turnover in 1920? Because of this started word, I can say that aggregate turnover last year is nil. Because when I'm starting the business today, by default, last year I didn't have this business, so my turnover is by default nil. The relevance of this point is it will make me eligible. It is making me eligible for composition levy scheme. Every word has a relevance. The point is you have to read it slowly. Don't be in a hurry. Read it slowly. Better late than never. So read slowly rather than attempting this question wrong. It's better to attempt it a little bit late, but do it correctly. So read slowly. So this started word has clear one confusion, that I am eligible to opt for composition levy scheme this year because last year my turnover was by default nil. This is my first line. Varun and Arun Associates started a partnership firm of architects in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. It is telling me the state, MP, which will help me in determining how much should be my aggregate turnover to check whether I am eligible for composition levy scheme or not. Madhya Pradesh. So Bhopal doesn't matter. I'm not concerned about Bhopal. I'm concerned about the state. City does not matter. State matter. Madhya Pradesh is the state where for aggregate turnover, do you remember the limit? It will be rupees 1.50 crore is the limit of Madhya Pradesh state. It tells you the limit. This is what the benefit of learning or reading the theory carefully. On 1st April, so the firm started the business on 1st April. So I am assuming that since in my course the financial year is 2021, so I am assuming that this 1st April is of 1st April 2020. This is what my assumption is. Question is not saying, but I have to assume. The firm provides architecture services. Third thing, that supply of services is taking place, not goods. So what is taking place is supply of services, and the service name is architectural services. Every single word will clear your doubts. In Madhya Pradesh, oh, firm is located in Madhya Pradesh and supplying the services in Madhya Pradesh also. Do you know? It is telling me fourth point. Supplying the services in MP, it makes the supply as intrastate, because for interstate supply composition scheme is not available. Every single word will give you something. Intrastate supply. It provided the following details of its turnover. As you can see the question, I'm sure that you must be reading the question also. Now, what is the details of turnover? So the turnover details. Quarter wise it is available. April to June 20. Because I started the business on 1st April 20. The turnover value is 20 lakhs. July to September 20. 30 lakhs. October to December 20. 20 lakhs. This is what the information which is given in the question. Those who have joined late, they can share the question, or let me share this question on the group. If you have joined late, then you can take the question from the WhatsApp group. Let me share this question on that group. Okay, I have shared the question on the group. So if you have joined late, you can directly see that question from there. The firm has obtained the registration under section 22. This is the next line of the question. The firm has obtained the registration. Now, what is section 22? It is basically registration topic. So next point is, which I can get from the question, is registration. The question says under section 22, the firm has taken registration. Actually, when we will discuss the topic of registration, then I will tell you section 22. Section 22 deals with the people who are liable for registration. When it is my compulsion, or when under the GST laws, when I am legally liable to obtain registration, I should apply for registration. This is what section 22 says. So the firm has obtained the registration and pays tax under composition levy scheme. Now, question itself says that the firm is paying tax under composition levy scheme. Had it not mentioned, then you would have required all these points. Because I'm not solving the question just for the purpose of solving it. I'm solving the question to show you that how you should attempt the cases in real life also. It can be a problem in my life also, for example. It's not a question, don't take it as a question only. It can be a problem. Any problem can come in anyone's life. You simply try to sort out that. Try to solve that problem yourself by simply noting down that which are the things and what information I can get from those languages. The language used in any case, in any court case, or even in real life case, you simply sit and think that what information you can gather from that problem, because when you can gather the problematic points in the problem, or even in the problems, you can get some hint to solve that case. So by default, not only you can solve any numerical question, don't take it as a question only, you can solve any problem which is related to your real life also. If you start sorting out that problem or numerical in different portions, don't treat it as a complete problem. Just try to break that, which I am doing now. Each and every word is giving me some hint which I am collecting, and then I will apply it to solve this case completely. So started word gave me some hint. Madhya Pradesh gave me some hint of turnover. Supply of service gave me some hint that it is not a good service. Intrastate supply gave me something, turnover will give me something, and registration give me something. Now I will apply the knowledge. Now question says that the firm is paying tax under composition scheme. Suppose this question was not saying that the firm was paying tax under composition scheme, and it asked you that tell us whether the firm is eligible to opt for composition levy scheme or not. Answer would have been yes, and in that case you would have to use these points. On that basis you would have taken your decision that the firm is eligible to opt for composition levy scheme. So now these are the questions of CA final, and you can see that even at that level they are directly telling you that the registered person or this taxable person is eligible for the scheme. This is the situation of CA final level. Otherwise they would have added one point that explain whether the composition scheme is applicable in this numerical or not. It would have been a good numerical then. Anyhow, now the firm has obtained the registration under section 22 and pays tax under composition scheme. Determine the tax liability of Varun and Arun Associates for the quarters April, June, July, September and October, December. Now, what the question is asking, what to solve, what is required in this question. What is required in this numerical? Only one thing, that how much is the tax payable, that's it, for different quarters. So quarter 1 of financial year 2020-21, how much tax I need to pay? Quarter 2 of financial year 2021, how much tax I need to pay? Quarter 3 of financial year 2021, how much tax I need to pay? This is the only thing which is required. And for this I need to do some workings. I hope the point is clear. The question also says the rate of tax on architectural services are CGST 9%, SGST 9%. Now that is the normal tax rate. So what is given? If you don't follow composition levy scheme, then what is the normal tax rate on these services? It is 18%, which is a combination of 9 center plus 9 state. I hope the point is clear. Now, can you tell me from this registration word what you can understand? If I want to ask a question, as the examiner says that the firm is has obtained registration, but they have not mentioned when they have obtained registration. They have mentioned the firm has obtained, but they have not mentioned when they have obtained. When? Because I need to have this knowledge, otherwise I cannot check what is the effective date of applicability of this scheme. If you remember the theory, so if you are a registered person or if you are a non-registered person, not registered, okay, if you are not registered, by date of applicability of the scheme changes. In case of registered person, what is the applicability date? Do you remember what is the date of applicability from which I will pay the tax under composition levy scheme? Applicability when? From
1/4 of current year.
Very good. From 1/4 of the current financial year. Very good. That means in my example, from 1/4/2020. But I started the business on 1/4/20. I started the business on 1/4/20. This is what the question says. So maybe there is a high possibility that on 1/4/20 I was not registered. On 1/4/20 I was not registered, but I applied for registration later on. So what is happening that if I'm not registered on 1 April, then what is the date of applicability? Can you tell me? The date on which I became liable for registration. Liable. I'm using the word liable. I'm not using the word when I obtained. I became liable. This word is necessary. Now both the things can happen. This is the problem of the question. Question should have clearly told me. Question simply says the firm has obtained the registration. Very good. But question, it would have been better. It would have been better had the question told me that the firm obtained the registration on this date or etc etc. There are different situations, but let us forget that because that is a matter of debate and discussion. So let us forget that. Let us keep the question simple. The firm has obtained the registration. Now when the firm has obtained, that is my job to see. But because this line, the firm has obtained registration, it is not telling me that on 1st April 2020 I was registered. This is not the meaning of that line, that on 1st April 20 I was registered. Okay, this is 1st April 20. So maybe on 1st April 20 I can be unregistered, maybe on 1st April 20 I can be registered, but registered possibility is less. So that is why I am skipping this option. The probability of this is very less. Is less. Why? Because I started the business on that date. So why will I take a registration on that date? Because when I will show you the chapter of registration, I will tell you that till my aggregate turnover does not exceed 20 lakh rupees, I am not supposed to take a registration. Till my aggregate turnover of current year does not exceed 20 lakh rupees, then I'm not supposed to take registration. And if I'm not supposed to take registration, there is no question of paying any tax to the government of India. It is like exemption limit, which is there in case of Income Tax Act. In income tax also till 2,50,000 we don't pay any tax. So same is the case here. Till my aggregate turnover does not exceed rupees 20 lakh in any year, there is no need to take GST registration. And if there is no need to take GST registration, there is no need to pay any tax to the government of India in that case. I hope the point is clear. So why will I apply for registration on 1st April? Of course, without aggregate turnover also it is my choice. I can voluntarily apply for registration. Just like PAN card, PAN number, I can voluntarily apply for PAN card. Same is the case here. You can voluntarily apply for registration. That is not a big deal. But I'm assuming that on 1st April, since I started the business, I was not registered on 1st April. So that means when it comes to pay tax to the government of India, on 1st April, I will solve this question as per this point. Not registered. On 1st April, I was not registered. Question says that I obtained registration under section 22. But when will I obtain registration? When I became liable. So do you know when I will become liable? This is my next point. My next point to you is when the firm became liable for registration under section 22. This is my question. When the firm became liable for registration, when the firm became liable for registration, when the firm became, I told you that under section 22, if my aggregate turnover under section 22, when my aggregate turnover of current year, of current financial year exceeds, not equal to, exceeds 20 lakh, then I am liable to take GST registration. I cannot refuse now. I have to take. In 4 states, the limit is 10 lakh. Just like in composition levy scheme, in some cases it is 1.50 crore, in some cases it is 75 lakh. Same is the case here. In 4 states, the limit is 10 lakh only, then I became liable. MP is a state where we have 20 lakh limit. So do you know when I am liable for registration? Can you tell me Answer, when I am liable for registration. In first quarter, if you remember, in first quarter my sale was 20 lakhs, so I was not liable in first quarter. In quarter 1 of 2021, see, the question is not lengthy. I want to discuss this question. I want to discuss with you the art of solving the numericals. My job is not to calculate the answer. There is no answer. In real life, cases doesn't have any answer. Cases have what? Specific answers. You cannot be having a generalized answer. Different cases having different conditions, different restrictions, and different solution. So I'm reading it as a case only. For me, it's not a numerical. It's a case. And I'm trying to sort out that case. That is the only point. In quarter 1 of 2021, the firm was not liable. The firm was not liable for registration. This is first point. Because the turnover does not exceed 20 lakh rupees. Because of this 20 lakh ceiling. But in quarter 2, I became liable because the turnover exceeded the limit. In quarter 2, the firm became liable because of this point, because turnover exceeded the limit now. Because in quarter 2, how much is the ceiling? If you can see, it has become 50 lakh now. Aggregate means total now, total of quarters. So now it has become 50. You have become liable for registration. I hope it is clear to you. You have become liable now in the second quarter. Now, one thing is sure that I am eligible under composition levy scheme. Question also says, now it comes to paying tax. Can you tell me how much is the tax of composition levy scheme? Do you remember tax as per composition? But first of all, question was simply saying that assessee, not assessee, this taxpayer is eligible for composition levy scheme. But question didn't tell me which scheme. I told you that we have two schemes within composition, normal and special. So which scheme? Can you tell me under which scheme I am covered? Can anyone tell me under which scheme I am covered? Can you try to tell me that this firm is eligible under normal scheme or special scheme within composition levy scheme? Anyone who can remember this concept? Normal scheme or special? If you remember normal, it is applicable on three type of supplies. Manufacturer of goods. You have to learn the theory. That is why I say that be perfect in theory and forget this numerical. It's a wrong approach that when you say that any subject is a practical subject, no subject is practical. These are numerical subjects. Practical is the situation when you will face in your real life. So manufacturer of goods or what? Restaurant service or what? And do you remember other eligible supplies? I hope you remember other eligible supplies. But do you know this other eligible supplies is of goods only, not of services. So technically, normal scheme is not available for any service other than restaurant. Am I right or not? Can you tell me yes or no? I am saying that normal scheme is available only for goods, manufacturer, other supplies of goods, maybe manufacturer or trader, does not matter, trader also covered, and only one service, restaurant service. I cannot supply any service under normal case of composition levy scheme. Can you tell me whether I am correct or not? If you are saying that yes, please tell me, unmute and tell me. I hope you have understood my question. I'm asking you a question that under normal case of composition levy scheme, I am saying that I cannot supply any service other than restaurant service. Is it correct or not? Simply tell me yes or no. Reason I will tell you. Simply tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is not clear. Any
Yes,
answer?
sir.
Yes. Okay, you are saying yes. Any other answer? Any other answer? Yes or no? That I cannot supply any service other than restaurant service in case of normal case of composition levy scheme. Yes or no? Any other who can tell me? Who can try to tell me? Answer is no. I can supply other services also, but these are having some limit. Services can be supplied even under normal case. Services supplied allowed, no problem, but it has some limit, but limit on the value. Limit on the value. And what is that limit? The limit cannot exceed. So the limit is less than equal to higher of 5 lakh or 10% of aggregate turnover of preceding financial year. I hope you have understood my point now. Now I can supply service also, but who can supply service? Only these people. So broadly, first I should be either a manufacturer or restaurant service provider or other supplies of goods. After this, if I am covered under any of these three categories, then I can supply services also. But in my case, the assessee was supplying architectural services. If it is architectural services, it is neither manufacturing goods, nor restaurant, nor other supply of goods. That means in architectural, I am covered under special case where the tax rate was normal, not normal. Composition levy tax is central tax CGST and 3% SGST. I hope the point is clear. So total I need to pay 6%. If it is clear, please raise your hand. This is how you should read the question. Don't learn the questions, learn the theories, then read the questions. Please raise your hand if you have understood the entire discussion till this point. It may look like a little bit lengthy, but it is not lengthy actually. It will be very interesting. It will show you the art of attempting any numerical. And don't call these as practical cases. These are numerical. Practical is when you face the problems in real life. Those are practical situations. These are numerical cases, which totally depends upon theory. The moment I change one word, I can change the entire numerical. So my theory should be strong. Okay, come back to that slide again. And now another question arises. Now another question which arises is what? That when I know that it is a special case, when I know that it is 6%, then how much or on what value this 6%? This is another question. Now the turn is to pay the tax. So let us start computing paying the tax, which the question was on what, not turnover, on what value I should multiply this 6%. So value on which composition tax rate will be levied. Can you tell me the value on which I will multiply this tax rate? The value will be turnover in state. And do remember that turnover in a state does not include. Can you tell me what it does not include? Value of supply starting from 1st April. Starting from 1st April of the financial year, whichever is your current financial year, till the date when the person is liable for registration. This is what the point is. till the person is liable for registration. That means my first quarter sale will not be included while computing the tax rate or while computing the tax. So in this quarter, the tax under composition scheme is nil. In this quarter, the tax under composition levy scheme is nil. Why nil? Because the turnover in the state is nil. Turnover in the state is nil. Why nil? Though there is 20 lakh turnover, but this 20 lakh turnover is till that date when I was not liable for registration. So I cannot include this 20 lakh in my turnover in a state, nil. So this is the turnover in a state. You cannot say that turnover is nil. No, turnover is 20 lakh, but turnover in a state is nil. This is what the point is. Multiplied by rate. Rate is what? 6%. So nil becomes 0. So there is no tax in the quarter 1. I hope it is clear. Second, again, in second quarter composition levy scheme. Again, now in this quarter, how much is total turnover in the state? In second quarter, how much is total turnover? So in quarter 1, turnover in the state is nil. In quarter 2, how much is the turnover in the state? Total is 50 lakh. Total turnover till quarter 2. I'm using the word till. I'm using the word till quarter 2. I'm not using the word in quarter 2. I'm using the word till quarter 2, 50 lakh, which is a combination of 20 lakh quarter 1 and which is a combination of 30 lakh quarter 2. But here again, what happens? This period sale is not included in the turnover in the state. So the turnover in the state in quarter 2 remains 30 lakh. And how much is the tax? 6%. This is what the examiner is asking. So the question was easy. It has become lengthy because I wanted to show you the exact way of attempting anything. Just because if you want to attempt any question for the sake of attempting, then you never learn anything. Even if you score 100 marks, it doesn't mean that you know everything. So don't be in the habit of learning to solve the numericals. Take every numerical as a case, try to grab as maximum information which is possible, then solve it. So 180 and 99.
Sir, hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can you once again repeat the calculation for quarter 2, sir?
Yeah. I will repeat. No issue. Let me repeat. Now see, this is quarter 2 calculation. Till quarter 2, till means total Q1 plus Q2, till quarter 2, my turnover has become 50 lakh, 20 lakh quarter 1, 30 lakh quarter 2. But I know that while computing the composition tax rate, turnover in a state never includes that turnover which is till the date when I was liable for registration. In quarter 1, my turnover was 20 lakh rupees, and till 20 lakh I am not supposed to take registration. So I have to exclude this 20 lakh rupees, and I can say that till quarter 2 My aggregate turnover, sorry, not my aggregate turnover, my turnover in the state is 30 lakh, on which I have not yet paid any tax to the government of India. So now I will pay the tax on 30 lakh in this quarter at the rate of 6%, which will be 180, and I know that 50% center and 50% state. Is the point clear or any problem? Please ask. If still it is not clear, please ask. Or shall I proceed?
So we can proceed.
Actually, your voice is creating some problem. I cannot understand what you are saying.
So we can proceed.
Okay, we can proceed. Great. Now third quarter, and here the next concept come. Do you know lapse of the scheme? So this case was comprehensive. It required the conceptual knowledge of the topic. And why most of the students cannot pass the professional examinations? Because they have not been trained or taught in such a way where they attempt the theory. They become comfortable in attempting the numericals only. So that is a wrong approach. I must attempt theory. I must learn theory. Then I can attempt any numerical. There may be lakhs and crores of numerical. All will be 100% correct. So learn theories first for every topic. Now, do you know lapse of the scheme? When the scheme will lapse? If you remember the question, the scheme will lapse if aggregate turnover in current financial year, you have to learn these things, exceeds 50 lakh rupees, because I am in a special case. I am following special case. Had I followed normal case, then this limit would have been 1.5 crore or 75 lakh, as the case may be. And now when you say aggregate turnover, do you know now it includes, this is what the difference is. In turnover in a state, this is not included, but the same value is included when you compute aggregate turnover. So quarter 1 turnover 20 lakh, I will include now. Quarter 2 turnover 30 lakh, and it has become 50 lakh. So till 50 lakh the scheme will not lapse, but the moment it exceeds 50 lakh, the composition scheme will lapse by default. And this is what which has happened in third quarter, because till quarter 2 the sale was 50 lakh, but in quarter 3 the sale has become total 70 lakh. So in quarter 3 my scheme will lapse and I will have to pay as per normal scheme, or you can say normal. Composition levy is not applicable because in this quarter my turnover exceeded 50 lakh rupees. My aggregate turnover exceeded 50 lakh rupees, and that made lapse of composition scheme. So come to the normal. And what is the normal? What is the answer? So the value of supply. In normal, what happens? Value of supply. So what is the value of supply in this quarter? In the question it is given 20 lakh multiplied by normal rate. What is the normal rate given in the question? 18%. So total 3 lakh 60. And divide it. Okay, it is normal scheme now. This is what my question is. One 180. State government, which is Madhya Pradesh, and central government. This is what my question is. That's it. This is what the examiner was asking, that I was supposed to compute the tax liability. Now this is my answer. Tax liability nil for this quarter, 180 for this quarter, and 360 for this quarter. That's it. This is the question of CA final, looking a little bit typical or lengthy, but if you are clear in your theoretical foundation, then it is very easy and very interesting, which anyone can attempt. With this, if you have any problem, you please ask. Otherwise, raise your hand. If you have understood this question, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you have understood this question. The condition to attempt this question is that you must be clear in the theory of composition levy scheme. Okay, now let me discuss one small case where I will simply answer directly. There is no need to solve that. Just one more case from the same institute's material, question number 5. Okay, it will not take 1 or 2 minutes, more than 1 or 2 minutes. I would like to ask you that can you tell me the answer of this point now? You have to think and tell me carefully. Don't be in a hurry. This is what I want to ask now. Examine whether the suppliers are eligible for composition levy under section 10 in the following independent cases in the beginning of current financial year. So whether I am eligible for composition levy scheme or not, this is what the question is. And what is my A? I want to ask only this first case. Let me read it. You simply try to tell me what will be the answer. It may be wrong, but you please try. Technology Enterprises registered in Jalandhar, Punjab. I'm not concerned with Jalandhar. I'm concerned with the state Punjab. Is engaged in manufacturing. Every word has a relevance. So this person is a manufacturer of goods, and the name of good is computer system. Its aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year, last year the aggregate turnover was 125 lakh. Now for Punjab, if last year turnover did not exceed 1.50 crore rupees, then this year I can opt for composition levy. This is one point. Technology enterprise, but this is not the question. Technology Enterprises supplies computer systems manufactured by it within the state of Punjab only. Yes, that is required because I cannot be engaged in interstate supplies. Otherwise, I cannot opt for composition levy. So I am doing intrastate supply. So that is also fine. It's great. Next point is problematic. With a view to expand its business operation, it will also start providing the repairing services of computer systems in the current financial year. Now, can anyone tell me the answer? Can anyone tell me the answer of this question? Whether Technology Enterprises is eligible for composition scheme in current financial year or not? Anyone who can make an attempt? I hope the question is clear to you. Whether technological whatever is the name is eligible to opt for composition levy scheme or not. Anyone who know or who can try at least, please unmute and tell me. I would like to see whether you can catch that point or not, which is necessary here. Or I would like to see your art of attempting the answers. Can you tell me? Anyone who can tell me? Who can make an attempt to give me the answer of this question number 5, part A? Anyone who can make an attempt? It can be a little bit difficult till you practice, but still, whatever you know, you can try. Anisha, can you try? Anisha, can you make an attempt or not? Your voice is not coming, Anisha. Your voice is not coming. I think there is some problem. Diksha, can you try? Can you try to attempt it or not? If you are not in a position to attempt it, no problem. Can you try, Diksha, or not? Your voice is also not coming, Diksha. Prachi, can you try?
Sir, I think it would be eligible because services of previous year would be relevant.
Wait. You tell me what you have said.
Sir, like you said that services can be provided till 5 lakh higher or 5 lakh or 10%, but that was of preceding year only. So the services that the company would provide this year would not be relevant because it is not the main business. It is still a manufacturing company, no?
No, actually, you you grabbed the correct point, but your way of telling the answer is wrong. But you are not telling the exact answer. But the point which you have touched upon is the exact point. Anyhow, I will tell you the correct point. Yugam, can you tell Yugam? Are you in a position to tell Yugam?
Yes, sir, I had a similar answer, but it would be better if you could explain it so that I would also be more
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, yeah. I will explain. I will explain. Pooja Sharma, can you try? पूजा आपको पता है इसमें बता सकते हैं आप?
Not really sure, sir.
Okay, no issue. Mansi, can you try?
I think because the aggregate turnover is not exceeding 1.5 crore in the preceding financial year, and since the company is providing services, until unless the aggregate turnover of the services is 5 lakh or 10% of aggregate turnover, whichever is higher, it is eligible for the
Very good.
composition levy. And
Very good. Very good. Prachi, you got the point or not? Prachi, have you understood? Yugam,
Yes,
have you
sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Now this is the exact answer. You touched upon the correct point, but Mansi has 100% explained the point correctly. Let me share and let me also tell you the condition is what? Very good. So the condition is what? So the solution of question number 5 of CA final point A. The simple condition is what? Punjab. So preceding financial year turnover is within the limit, is less than rupees 1.5 crore. These things you should note. Note means note right now. Note means when you solve any question. So preceding and the turnover was 1.25. So it is very well below 1.5 crore rupees. This is one thing. This person was manufacturer. Now for manufacturer, restaurant, etc. So normal scheme is covered. Now this manufacturer can supply services also. There is no problem. Can supply services also in current financial year. But the point is this value of service should be less than what? Higher of. This is what the point which you should write. Higher of in the exam if such question comes. So Prachi and Yugam have not explained these points. Mansi has explained. They have touched, but they forgot to mention this reason that when this company started supplying repairing services, still the company is eligible to opt for composition, no problem. But this repairing service value in the current financial year, which is 2021, must not exceed, it should be less than rupees 5 lakh, or I should not write 5 lakh because higher is what? Rupees 12,500. So till 12,500, till 12,500, not 12,000, till 12 lakh 500, I can supply repairing services in financial year 2021 and still continue to be eligible. The moment my value of repairing services in financial year 2021 crosses 12 lakh 50, I become ineligible to opt for composition levy scheme. With this, there would have been so many questions which I would have discussed, but in online lectures we have some limitations of the topics which we can cover, or limitations of questions which we can cover, keeping in mind the time limitation. So whatever material you have, whatever book you have, from anywhere, now you can attempt the numerical questions of composition levy scheme. If you have attempted or attended all the lectures, or at least listened to all these lectures of composition levy scheme of mine, then I'm sure that you bring any material, you read any material, and you can attempt any numerical. The point is you must read that composition levy scheme carefully. That's all for now. Thanks. If you face any difficulty, you can wait here, and otherwise goodbye for now. In the next class, maybe on Thursday, we will be starting a new topic. That's all from my side for today. Goodbye.